For a very, very big moment. What is your normal day-to-day like at this time of a camp?
I'm also a night person, but I might go to sleep probably around like 3 to 4. Probably wake up probably like 11, get my run in, and then eat, probably lay back down, and then wake up probably like 6 or 7 and get my night workout in.
Damn, so you're doing 2-a-days at this point, running.
Today's story is rocking the fight world. Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated legend, is back in the gym training with Gervonta Tank Davis as he gears up for his big showdown with Jake Paul. That's right, the money man has stepped in to guide his protege against the YouTuber turned boxer. Let's break it down.
Who were you gonna call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
Gervonta Davis, famous for his knockout power and unbeaten record, has already made a huge mark in boxing, but his upcoming clash with Jake Paul is grabbing attention for more than just the matchup itself.
Tank Davis.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shaver was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition. He was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really...
Jake Paul, who went from internet stardom to the boxing spotlight, has been calling out top names, and now he's lined up to face Tank in a matchup that's shaping up to be a blockbuster event.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down.
I don't know if Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
Here's the twist. Floyd Mayweather is back in Tank's corner. Despite their rocky history, the mentor and protege have reunited, and the news is sending shockwaves through the boxing world.
When I say certain things, they say, oh, he's hating. There's no different from when I talked about the thing with Gervonta, for instance. When I said that I need all fighters. I said I need all the young fighters that's making money in the sport of boxing. What I need you guys to do is do this. Brother, it's Chrome Heart, Gucci, Louis, Mercedes. We need to take our money and invest in real estate so that we can live that same great life when our careers are over. So I guess that he took it as, I guess he's the only one that wears Chrome Heart. He's the only one that wears Gucci. He's the only one that wears Louis Vuitton. He's the only one that drives a Mercedes. And last time I checked, we got fighters all around the world that wear top flight clothes that make good money.
Floyd Mayweather has long recognized Gervonta Davis's potential, guiding him from the early stages of his career and helping him navigate the challenges of the boxing world.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, you'll be world champion someday and I'll be your promoter. Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
Now, with the Jake Paul fight coming up, Floyd is taking a hands-on role to make sure Tank is fully prepared. Tank has shifted his training camp to Las Vegas, diving into the same environment Floyd ruled for years.
When you
You set yourself here. You don't gotta worry about it. If you get tired in the gym, so you're supposed to be tired. So you won't get tired in the fight.
The Mayweather Boxing Club is buzzing with energy as Floyd and Tank train side by side, sharpening Tank's skills and getting him ready for the unique challenge Jake Paul brings.
Alright, Tank, lean back for me. Deep breath in. Out all the way.
Oh, good.
They put in serious work. Tank's conditioning looked top-notch, leaving no room for excuses. Floyd personally worked the mitts with him, bringing back that signature pop-pop rhythm that defined his prime. And he didn't stop there. Floyd lined up some of his toughest sparring partners, giving Tank no easy rounds and no hand-picked opposition. It felt like Floyd's way of reminding him that staying at the top takes relentless work, and even the best have to earn it every day.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than, like, Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
But let's be honest. Floyd stepping in to help Tank isn't only about training, it's also about putting Jake Paul in his place.
I killed you, motherfucker. You crazy? I don't know the fuck you think they're playing with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I fucked you up, motherfucker. Fuck you up.
Remember, the tension between Jake Paul and Floyd goes way beyond boxing gloves. Back in 2021, when Logan Paul fought Floyd in an exhibition, the real drama actually happened outside the ring.
Crazy it was when Floyd tried to jump me.
That was at the NBA.
Yeah.
You got caught off guard in that one, right?
Yeah, bro. There was all of a sudden there was 30 people around me.
So
like
how do you...
the car was like right there, and then all of a sudden I'm getting jumped, and I was like, "This, I'm out."
You just dipped, right?
Yeah, and I made the right decision. If I would have stayed there, there would have been a video of me getting my ass beat online. Like they would have just started stomping on me and. Don't try to be tough. Like. Stay alive and be safe.
Jake Paul sparked chaos when he yanked Floyd's hat off during a heated face-off, an act of pure disrespect that set off a wild brawl, with Floyd so enraged he even landed a punch on Jake in the scuffle.
I feel good, and I'm gonna go out there and perform and do what I do best.
Floyd, you really want to take them both on at the same night?
Absolutely, easy. You got two fake fighters. Fake fighter, I'm a real fighter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Right there, please. Right there.
Yo.
All right, hang on.
Yo.
I want you out of the way for me. Okay?
You looking over here? What's up? You wanna run it 2 in 1 night?
Yeah.
What's up? You wanna run it 2 in 1 night?
Absolutely.
You wanna run it 2 in 1 night?
Absolutely.
So let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for this bum.
Get Al Heyman.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Heyman.
Let me call Al Heyman.
I'm my own
Let's make it
boss.
happen.
I'm my own
2 in
boss.
1 night. Got your hat. Got your hat. Got your hat.
Chill.
Ever since that moment, the tension has been real and Floyd's pride has been on the line. So by stepping in to train Tank, he's doing more than sharpening his skills. He's sending a message to Jake that respect has to be earned, not grabbed. Floyd isn't just helping Tank prepare. He's reminding the boxing world that no matter how big your following is, you don't cross the money man without consequences.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Floyd's return to train Tank isn't just about preparing for Jake Paul. It's also about redemption and maybe even a bit of revenge. Remember, Tank split from both Calvin Ford and Floyd before the Lamont Roach fight, believing he didn't need them anymore, but that decision backfired. The fight was ruled a draw on paper. Yet anyone watching saw Tank get humbled as Roach exposed his weaknesses, leaving many to question if Tank was really that guy. Now, Tank is back with Floyd because he knows he needs that old magic. But here's the twist. Tank's rematch with Roach comes in August, while the Jake Paul showdown is scheduled for November, meaning he can't afford to overlook Roach again. He made that mistake once, and he can't make it twice.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But you gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to the drawing board and, you know, train a little hard.
Let's be real. This fight with Jake Paul makes no sense for Tank's career. Imagine he runs it back with Lamont Roach in August, dominates, shuts down the doubters, and brings back that invincible Tank aura. Naturally, the next step should be Shakur Stevenson, maybe Devin Haney, real competition to prove he's the top dog. But instead, he's chasing a Netflix payday against a YouTuber.
This might be the worst thing that ever happened in the history of humanity. Jake Paul is set to fight Gervonta Tank Davis in November. This is ridiculous. First of all, Tank, I know you're known for not taking the hardest fights, but you at least fight actual boxers. What are you doing? You know, besides getting that bag. Second, Jake, why are you doing this? You're a bad person. Let's ignore the fact that I have personally watched this man rob a P.F. Chang's. Let's talk about his refusal to fight real boxers. He gets criticized for refusing to fight real boxers, so he fights Mike Tyson, a 60-year-old boxer. He gets criticized for fighting a 60-year-old boxer, so he fights a current championship boxer who is literally 100 pounds lighter than him. Tank Davis is a lightweight, 135 pounds. Jake Paul is a cruiserweight, 235 pounds. You're never beating this fraud allegation, Jake, so why are you doing this? What do you guys think of this fight? And don't tell me anything good. Say it in the comments, though.
How does that make sense? Now flip it. If Tank loses to Roach, that's back-to-back losses against a guy who nearly beat him the first time if the knockdown had been counted. If that happens, the Jake Paul fight loses all its hype, because who's really going to tune in to watch a fighter coming off a loss to Lamont Roach take on Jake Paul?
Didn't say you got your eye on Tank. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. And he called cap on it. So if he won't call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come cool.
It would come off as a desperation move, like a cash out from someone avoiding real competition rather than proving himself against top fighters.
What do you think of former athletes and celebrities like Jake Paul taking up boxing? You think that grows the sport?
If he's doing it for the right reason, actually want to do it because of just like actually want to box, it's cool. But if he's doing it for like the wrong reason, just to get the hype and stuff like that, I feel as though it's trash. Sometimes people get bored at what they want, what they doing, and they want to try other stuff. Got to be mentally tough to be able to box. So that's why I don't take that away from some fighters or some people that want to jump into the sport. So just show how tough you are. That's how it should be.
For sure. That's all I got. Thank you, bro.
Sure. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
And honestly, that's already the narrative for many. Just look at the signs. Tanks hinted at retirement, complained that boxing feels boring, and even got caught smoking during camp.
Are you retiring?
Are you losing the love?
What changed?
What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
I'm out of it.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might be gaining the love for it though? You never know. Like like you said, you got to walk today. Okay.
Exactly, the same camp for the Lamont Roach fight, which explains why Tank nearly lost. He even cut ties with Calvin Ford, the coach who had been in his corner from the very beginning.
Something is definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out.
You gotta calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so. It's something we gotta work on in the corner, for sure.
Everything Tank's doing right now signals that he's checked out of the sport. So if you're asking why he's taking the Jake Paul fight, the answer is simple. It's all about the money.
Tank Davis, Lamont Roach. I think we need to start with that one.
Yeah.
What transpired in that fight was astounding because you have to remember Tank Davis was a 16-1 favorite going into this fight. Lamont Roach, while a WBA champion, was moving up from 130 pounds and no one thought he had a chance. And the general demeanor of Tank Davis going into this fight was like, hey man, I'm kind of done with this. I got 3 fights left. I'm going to be done by the end of 2025. I don't really like this sport anymore. Kids, don't do this. Go into soccer. This ain't...
Tank isn't chasing belts anymore. He's chasing millions, and Jake Paul, for all his trash talk, delivers views, hype, clicks, and most importantly, massive paydays.
Is it true that you made $170 million from this fight?
I made a lot of money, the most money I've made ever.
60 million households, Jake.
250 million people.
Bro, that is so
It's all downhill
crazy.
from here.
No, for sure.
I peaked.
Jake's last fight with Mike Tyson shattered streaming records on Netflix, and if Netflix backs his fight with Tank, it could easily be a $50 million event. More than Tank would earn fighting Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney combined.
A good show, and you make your money. Like Jake Paul, made $40 million off of that. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson made $20 million off of the fight. It was played in the AT&T Stadium. We don't even know how much those guys got. How much did Netflix make? You know what I'm saying? How much did everybody involved made? Since Jake Paul made 40 million, Mike made 20 million. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it was all like an exhibition type show, and it was just for, each other to get some money. Mike got his money, Jake Paul got his money, and by unanimous decision, Jake Paul won because, of course, he was a younger guy.
Floyd is pushing Tank to take the Jake Paul fight because that's where the real money is. He pioneered the whole influencer-boxer crossover, cashing in on exhibitions with YouTubers while people laughed, but the paydays kept rolling in. Tank's already said boxing feels boring and hinted at quitting, but with Floyd back in his ear, he's looking at the bigger picture. Fight influencers, stack easy millions, and follow Floyd's blueprint for staying rich and relevant. Now Tank's ready to turn that same hustle into his own.
Crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
That's it for today's video. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Drop your thoughts in the comments, stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.